over the past few days, there has been so much controversy surrounding localizers because they are freaking out over the fact that they're slowly but surely being replaced with AI. But now localizers have been BTFO'd because Ghostwire Tokyo has quietly removed its infamous all property is theft line. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. Now, I have to talk a lot about localizers on this channel, and over the past few days, there has been a lot to discuss because so many of them are freaking out over the fact that they're being replaced by AI, and I can't really feel all that bad because typically I would say, yes, I of course want a living, breathing human to do high quality work instead of, using AI, but I also have no sympathy for these individuals because they don't care about what fans say. They don't care about what consumers say about what they're doing. They simply want to do what they want to do, which of course is insert their political opinions or terms that they think are funny into products, and they end up being extremely cringy. And this was one of those situations. Ghostwire Tokyo, I've got to be honest, was not a fantastic game. I personally was very let down with it, but at the same time, I did play it, I did give it a chance, and this all property is theft line was a major issue. It was such a cringe-worthy moment, but it is great to hear because an improperly translated line in the English subs for it has been fixed, omitting the socialist quote that has nothing to do with the original Japanese, and this absolutely blew up on social media. Because, yeah, it had nothing to do with the original Japanese text. I mean, it was so bizarre. It was placed so awkwardly, like they just had to put in some kind of quote, like all property is theft. They just shoved it in there, and everybody destroyed them for this. But now, seeing that this, popular socialist slogan is being removed is fantastic, and it is such a major win. It says back when the game launched, numerous users on social media noted that the English subtitles in the game had a poorly translated line, instead inserting a popular socialist slogan, all property is theft. But the original Japanese text was nothing like it. The original Japanese text was who knows really. And the Chinese translation was even closer. The world belongs to the people. So yeah, I mean the Western translation was definitely not what people expected, not what people liked, but it says this is not even what is said in Japanese, which it translated to, well, I'm not sure, and a more recent playthrough of the game on YouTube revealed that the line was indeed retranslated to match the meaning of the audible Japanese, and they also didn't even mention this in the patch notes. It says, reading through the history of patch notes, there doesn't seem to be an entry indicating the translation, meaning they probably did it very discreetly to avoid criticism, right? Because initially they faced criticism from people like us for putting that line in, but there were some snowflakes and, individuals who were praising them over making a statement like this. So it's like they quietly changed it in order to not face backlash from those people who previously supported them. But this should never have been in the game in the first place, and of course, this is absolutely hilarious, and people on social media are saying that, like, yeah, this is a great fix. This is what should have happened in the first place. We never should have even been in this situation. I would bet that it probably was fixed around the time the DLC released. That's probably when they ended up going back and changing it a little bit, since they, of course, had writers working on that. But I've also recently had to talk a lot about localizers, not really in the gaming sphere, but in the, anime and manga sphere, because English localizers have been unhappy after the Ancient Magus Bride announces AI human hybrid simulpubs. Such disrespect for the substance of the original text is saddening and disheartening. And the reason why I think this is so important to point out, because yes, even though this of course is for the AI human hybrid simulpubs of the manga, it's still localizers, and it's situations like this one with Ghostwire Tokyo, and why these companies probably want to go to using AI, because you don't have AI inserting some kind of like bias like this. Of course, like we always talk about, you still could put certain parameters into the AI and it would spit things out like this, but you don't at least have to worry about employees going rogue and adding in any kind of statement or reference that they want. And in a lot of cases that we're talking about Japanese developers who trust the people that they're hiring to localize it. And then they find out when they click, go to social media like Twitter/X, and they see all of these articles and all of these headlines with saying, hey, all of this has changed, this is terrible, we don't want to support this product, and then they're confused. And then they find out, what was actually said in the localized product. So yeah, I mean, it's not really surprising to see that so many localizers are slowly but surely being replaced by AI. And again, typically I would not praise this, because I would rather have a living, breathing human being doing high quality work. But these people have proven time and time again that they are incapable of leaving their own personal opinions at the door when they're going to work, and they are not capable of simply trying to translate things as closely to the original creator's intention. And yes, of course, there are still some fantastic localizers out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all localizers are extremely bad at their jobs, but we have seen a vast majority go on social media and attack anybody who is criticizing their work, or criticizing, the projects that they're part of, or even the companies for hiring them in the first place. I personally think that this is a big, big win in terms of Ghostwire Tokyo. It is fantastic to see that they have, reverted course after facing thousands and thousands of pieces of backlash on social media, thousands of tweets, tons of articles of people who were upset, because again, this made absolutely no sense when it came to the original version of the text. And it is good to see that they've removed it, but it shouldn't have been in there in the first place. And well, after all of the recent news surrounding localizers being replaced with AI, I have to say it can't happen soon enough. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.